name is Patrick Chiruhura. We are getting help in Maine and wanting to see how we can introduce your organization and what you're doing to the people who really want to do business here in Maine. I'll give you some time to introduce yourself.
So I'm Gigi Guyton. I've been with New Ventures Maine for 13 years now, and I'm the Micro Enterprise Development Manager for the state of Maine. We are a nonprofit organization through the University of Maine, Augusta. So all of our employees are university employees.
So what do you do normally? If you can tell me a little bit who you help and how you help them, and how do they get to come to you?
So the organization started as a displaced homemakers program more than 40 years ago, and it evolved to now include not only workforce help, which is everything from writing resume to career changes and whether or not you want to go back to school, but also financial education and also helping people start small businesses, the micro enterprise piece. So we really specialize in helping people in transition. So that can be people coming out of prison or people coming out of sober houses, people on TANF who are trying to work their way off the system. Maybe they have a business idea that may have started as a hobby, but they think, well, I can maybe make some money this way and not have to rely on government assistance. And we've been doing that for quite a long time. And we don't turn anyone away. It doesn't matter what your economic status is. I mean, our mission is to improve the economic lives of Maine people in a changing economy. But our target population is low income and anyone in transition.
Yeah, when I hear the word venture, I always hear something to do with money. Do you give people money?
We have some match savings program with our asset development piece. So what that entails is typically an application process. You have to qualify based on your household size and your household income. So you fill out the application, you meet with one of us, we go over the application with you, it goes through a review. And if everything looks good and everything checks out, we need, if you're working, we need 3 months worth of pay stubs, we need your most recent tax return, that kind of thing. And so once you're approved, there are certain banks in the community who work with us on these different programs. And so you start saving your money at the bank with us. It's set up with us, a special savings account. And then it's matched when you want to withdraw it and get the match. You withdraw the savings, you get the match. And it's for different reasons. So our rainy day savings program is for emergencies. An emergency could be you need to have your car repaired or a medical bill. Our family development account can be for car purchase, car repair, home purchase, home repair, an emergency fund, and we have one for business startup or expansion. So I tell people, if you qualify and you are wanting to start a business, these match savings programs are really helpful.
Yeah, and my interest is very much into the business, and I would really like to know a little bit more. When is the best time for the people to come? Is it from the beginning of the idea, or how do you help people to get to those fundings?
So it's any time, really. So if somebody wants to talk over an idea, we're available for that. If they've already launched and they need some help, we're available for that as well. It's really whatever their comfort level is or what their needs are, and we're here to help. And if we can't help, we'll certainly put you in the right direction to find someone who can help. There's a lot of help here in Maine for businesses.
Yeah. Can you tell me more about the people that you work with? Are they people who are specialized into different fields of business, or who are the people that you work with?
You mean my colleagues?
Yes, your colleagues, yes.
So all of the micro enterprise team, each of us is a certified business advisor. So we've been through the training. I believe every one of us has had a business in the past, so we've got our own experience. I tell people I've made the mistakes, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
And, so we have an expertise, and some of us are stronger in some areas than others. So I love to do cash flow. I love to work on pricing and cash flow. And Jen, who's in our mid-coast area, is great at marketing. I mean, I can do marketing, but if I feel like you might really need some specialized help, here's the person I would send you to on our team.
Yeah. Do you function as mentors or as consultants?
So we definitely work with people if they want one-on-one help and they want us to stay with them. I have a woman who has a business in Gray, and we meet every other week because she's still getting through the pandemic and trying different ideas. And I've helped her with grant applications when, the PPP loans came around, that sort of thing. So yes, we can be mentors. SCORE is great for that because they'll have people who have been in different industries, like restaurant. So like if you're in a restaurant and you need a mentor, I'm probably not the best person because I've never owned a restaurant.
Yeah.
But if there's a SCORE mentor who's had a restaurant in the past, that probably would be the best mentor. So we play very nice. All of these organizations play nicely together. We say we're all part of the same micro enterprise ecosystem.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just finding the best fit.
So, for example, if I was to start my business and I understand a little bit of the idea, but I don't have the skills to be able to put down my business, is this something that you help people with?
I've done that. Yes, absolutely. With working with immigrants and refugees, I've helped people write a business plan. I will just sit down with them and say, describe your product or service, and I'll just type it up in English. Or if they feel more comfortable writing it in their own language, and then we can get an interpreter to, work with them. And we've worked with interpreters too, who've come to us. We've definitely helped with that.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh yeah.
That's really amazing. So how many languages have you already been able to work with?
Oh my gosh. Well, one woman told me she knew 9 different languages. So, there's just a range, and we don't want language to be a barrier. It shouldn't be a barrier. And we're very interested in helping, and we do help. So if somebody says, yes, I'd like an interpreter there, then we'll get one there.
Yeah, and what is the best way to reach out to you if someone wants to get in your programs?
Currently, because of the pandemic, we're still not seeing people in person. We're working on Zoom, and they can email me. And it's gigi.guyton@maine.edu.
When someone comes to you, do you have specific programs that they have to go through? If you could tell us a little bit how someone get in and how they go out.
So there are different ways. If someone might want to work one-on-one, or for example, we have a class going right now called Venturing Forth that's running every Wednesday. That is the only class that is an application process for small businesses, because we want to make sure it's the right fit, because it's a very long class. It goes on for several weeks. And that is a business planning class. I mean, that when you finish that class, you should have a business plan or an alternate plan. And we pull in professionals like attorneys and CPAs. Today we had Peter Harriman from the Small Business Development Center come in and speak about market research and the different ways to find out about your market. So if somebody can't or really doesn't feel like that's for them, that long class, there are shorter classes. There's Intro to Self-Employment, Business Basics, tax readiness for the self-employed. We have a business success series coming up, which covers marketing and all these little pieces. But you can pick and choose what you want to take in the business success series. The beauty of all this is all of these classes are free.
Wow.
Yes, and you would just go to our website. It's all spelled out, newventuresmaine.org, and you just click on choose a class and just read through them and register right online for the class that you want to take. So that's one way. And then again, working with us one-on-one.
Do you have like a time period, which you say is like 3 months or 2 months or 1 month?
The longer class that I mentioned, the Venturing Forth, it started January. It won't end until April because we're doing it all on Zoom. It's typically a 60-hour class. So we're doing it on Zoom and taking, it's going to take longer doing it on Zoom, but we're getting it done. And we've got 18 people in the class. And what's great about this on Zoom is that we've got this mix of people from all over Maine together sharing ideas. And that's really, I think the classes are one of the best ways because there's a camaraderie with other people who are wanting to start businesses. There's a lot of information sharing, cheerleading going on, if you will, lots of help, and you feel like a part of a real team.
I am very thankful for all of this information, and I wanted to know more about you. Can you tell us how long have you been working in Ventures Maine? Tell us more about your background.
So I've been with the organization 13 years, and I obviously don't sound like a Mainer. I grew up in Alabama. Louisiana was a second home. My family was in the hospitality industry in the French Quarter. So we had a bed and breakfast on Bourbon Street and some apartments in the French Quarter. I had a landscape design build business in Charlotte, North Carolina for about 8 or 9 years, and actually sold it to one of my employees. And so the story I like to tell is I was one of those business owners who grew very quickly and I didn't know how to handle it. So I pulled in a business coach because I really felt like if I don't do something, I'm going to mess up. And so he really helped me turn the business around, and we got it to a place where it was time to sell. I was just ready. And I wound up selling it to one of my employees, and she still has it going today. And I moved to Maine in 2007. So again, if somebody wants to start landscaping business or something like that, I'm a good person to talk to because I know the ins and outs of that.
I will take this time to thank you. If you have any other words that you think any message that you want to give to our audience, new venture Mainers, you can please give your message.
Thank you so much. So one thing is a lot of people are thinking about starting a business because of what's happened with the pandemic. And this, of course, we haven't had a situation like this before, but it does remind me a lot of back when the economy really was hurting back in 2008 and 9. And we had a lot of people who wound up on unemployment and came to us because they felt like self-employment was an option. And many of those folks went on to open businesses and did very well. So it feels familiar to us, this influx of people wanting to start their own business. And I would say you're not alone. Maine is a small business economy, and we're very good at it. And these different organizations, including ours, are very good at helping small businesses. You'll get more help here probably than anywhere else, and free help, which is really nice. So I would say don't feel intimidated. Just give us a call, and if we're not the right fit, we'll definitely find the right fit for you to get started.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. I'm really pleased that you've included New Ventures Maine. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, have a good one.
You too.